Yes, lads, we've made it to episode 50 of the Fulham career mode. So this one will be the final episode of the series. So as you can see, Mitrovic has grabbed the Player of the Month award. This is just a recap of the entire series. So I've got a lot of just graphics at the end of the episode of what we've done, what we've achieved throughout the entire series. And yeah, got quite a lot to unpack. So we'll see to start off with. We'll just have a quick look at the board objectives. And yeah, I mean, to say they're the main three, we've hit the critical ones. Why is youth development a critical priority and domestic success is low? What the hell is this game? It's so bad. So bad. So yeah, very bizarre. Very, very bizarre from the game. As you can see, they've ended up with a £504 million profit this season. Absolutely ridiculous. And we'll have a look back to our, the start of the series. So in the first season, we managed to get to the round 16 of the Cup, apparently. We won the championship, obviously. Our record signing was Japhet Tanganga at £8 million. We won 36 games, drew 11 and lost 9. Wow, I scored 141 goals as well. Wow. 75 conceded, not too bad to be fair. And then we've got the second season, just a quick recap. Want us to finish mid-table, we finished 12, so we did that. Yeah, we didn't reach the round of 16, we got knocked out on the fourth round replay. Top signing, Gvardiol, 25 million. That is a bargain, by the way. Absolute bargain. Bobby Decordova-Reid went for £5 million. And we ended up with a positive record in the season. Another 100-goal season, 110 goals scored, 101 conceded, so not too bad. In the next one again, they wanted us to get the Europa League. We finished 4th in the league, so we did really well. Got to the 5th round of the Cup, quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. We didn't do bad, really. We sold Tete for 20 million and signed Bellingham for about 50 with add-ons, including Blanco. Won 27, drew 10, lost 13. Again, over 100 goals again. The goals are going up and up and up and up, so we're doing really well there. And only 94 conceded that season, so we improved it a little bit, I guess. Still a bit annoying, but, it's the game. So, and then we go finally to this season. So they expect us to win it, to finish in the UEFA Champions League. We finished second, so we didn't do bad there. We obviously won the FA Cup, made it to the semi-finals of the League Cup. We signed Saka for £80 million and sold Sadiq for 97 and Harry Wilson for about 90 as well. A bit ridiculous. Finished second in the league, 201 goals scored, 106 conceded. So not bad at all there. 200 goals scored in the league is ridiculous, by the way. Absolutely ridiculous. Only lost 9 games as well, so we didn't do bad. And that is our overall record. Our biggest win was 9-2 against Bournemouth in the Premiership. We lost 6-2 against Man City in the season before. And the record transfer fee was £80 million. So 133 games, drew 38, lost 48. 585 goals scored and 376 conceded. Not bad. 3 cups winning the entirety of the series. So again, very, very positive stuff, as I say. We've done really, really well on this series. And yeah, it's the first of many, hopefully. Hopefully I can get a few more series out for you guys for the end of this FIFA. And just saying bye to some players. Like, the players of the series for me, Mellor's got to be up there. He's now one of the world's best players at 21. He's like Neymar, but 6'3". He's like 5-star, 5-star. He's horrible to play against. I can imagine anyway. Obviously, he's always been on my team, so yeah, he's a bit ridiculous. He scores wonder goals and he's fantastic. Gvardiol, probably best defender we've signed. Arguably the signing of the series, I'd say, on in terms of how much he cost, which was about 17 million, something stupid. And then obviously the player of the series by an absolute country mile. Unfortunately to say to Mellor, this man was absolutely ridiculous. He scored like 67 goals this season. That is ridiculous. 66, 67 goals. Absolutely ridiculous. I've never had a better player in any FIFA, no matter what. So yeah, really, really pleasantly surprised with how good he was. After the first season in the Prem, the second season overall, he looked a bit iffy to start off with. He didn't score in like his first 4 games, but then he came alive, managed to bag about 25 goals. So yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Alexander Mitrovic, best player of the series, as I say. And yeah, we wrap up that season. I mean, it's the end of the series as far as I know, unless I revisit it one day. But I mean, we've done really, really well. Really, really well. On to pastures new, as they say. So yeah, the players and the staff clearly respect you. So honestly, the board are excited with the performance. We've hit all our objectives near enough. The salary increase of 27% rather than 10. Honestly, who gives a shit? I'm not being funny. It's a minute amount to say we've won 2 trophies and made a £500 million profit for that board. So I can't see how they're going to be annoyed, and they're obviously not. and they want us to go on for next season. So if a new season does ever come about, we've always got the chance to return to the save and return to the team. So yeah, I'll just restart the new season. We're ready to shine, as they say. I mean, this is a load of rubbish. Every season, it's the exact same thing, the exact same build up to the season. But it's something FIFA do, so I'm not going to complain too much. I know I'm a Mardy bastard sometimes, and I like to complain a lot because I'm Mardy. But yeah, it's just a bit boring. It'd be nice if they changed it because it's ready to shine every single time. The past's behind us. Obviously, it always is. That past 10 seconds ago is in the past. It's always behind. Never catch up with it. I'm rambling anyway. Sorry. So yeah, who cares about a pre-season tournament invite? So yeah, we've took that one apparently. Yeah, 10 million. Who cares? But yeah, we've took it. Finances for this season would have been 160 million, 255k wage budget as well. So not too bad there. And we'll have a look at the team, what we finished the series on. Obviously, that is not entirely the team which I'd have probably chosen on to finish on. So Calvin Phillips will come out of the team for Zambuanguisa, one of the players of the series, of course. Bought him back from Napoli in the first year, and he's been exemplary ever since. Obviously, take Saka out for Demir, because Demir's been phenomenal for a free agent, just in general, never mind for a free agent. And yeah, pretty much that's the team I'd probably go for as our best team. Maybe I'd go for Tanganga in there instead of Ramos. But we'll have a quick look at the top scorers of the save. So here we go. We've got Mitrovic, who scored 59 in Season 1. Mela scored 18 in Season 1. And Sadiq obviously wasn't part of the team yet, still balling out for UD Almeria. Then we'll have a look at Mitrovic in the second season, scored 25 goals, along with 15 for Mela and 19 for Sadiq. I mean, the goals between them three that season were ridiculous. I mean, the next season's even better, as you can see. Mitrovic came 34 the season after. Like, again, combined with Miller's 29. Just between them, it's ridiculous. And then obviously Sadiq with 17. A little drop off from Sadiq. But obviously after that, he went to Man City for 96 million. So we didn't do bad out of him, to be honest. And then obviously the newest season, the newest up-to-date season, Mitrovic got 66 goals. How ridiculous. 50-something in the Premier League is absolute stupid numbers from the Serbian striker. Serbian hitman, I'd say. But then again, that sounds like I'm having a go at him. No, he's fantastic. 23 for Mela as well. A little drop-off. But obviously, he had De Groot to contend with in Carrillo. So they sort of took his goals, even though we did score more goals that season. And obviously, Sadiq scored I think he scored about 9 for Man City. I had a look and he scored like 7 league goals from now. I'm like, what the hell is that? Not a great return from Sadiq, but overall, just ridiculous. Mitrovic with 184 goals in 4 seasons. Mela with 85 and Sadiq with 36. So, yeah, I mean, they're the top 3 scorers of the save. Demir wasn't far off. De Groot got 30 in one season. So if we did another one, De Groot would obviously be in 3rd place, I can imagine. Demir wasn't far off. Zambuanguisa had 26, so he wasn't far off. And I think Demir had about 30. So, yeah, we weren't far off. We did, I mean, they weren't far off. We did really well in terms of goals over this series. Absolutely insane returns. Absolutely. So, after looking at that, we'll have a quick look. As I say, quick look, it's like a 2-minute look at the top assisters of the series. I mean, 1 and 2 do not change whatsoever. As I say, Mitrovic and Mela have been so key to the save. The best 2 players, in my opinion. They've both been absolutely fantastic. And Harry Wilson, obviously, was with them for 3 seasons, went to Liverpool for about £90 million. I think it was a ridiculous transfer fee, to be honest. We nearly made it to £100 million. Pretty much like Gareth Bale. He went back to Liverpool, of course. So I'll have a quick look at the first season. Mitrovic got 15 assists. Mela got 9. And Harry Wilson got 34 assists in the Championship. Absolutely insane. They're all in the league as well. So, like, that is ridiculous. That's a sort of return which you never get. But obviously, Championship, a bit different standards. He dropped to 10 the next season, then 11 the season after. So he dropped off a little bit. Obviously, we got a load of money for him. He was a good player, though, for the save. Then Mela in the second season got 15 assists, and Mitrovic got 22. So Mitrovic just increased, as did Mela, to be fair. Third season, 24 for Mitrovic, along with how many goals he scored, 34 goals as well. And then Mela got 17. So Mela got 46 contributions to that season. That was insane on its own. Obviously, in the last season, Mitrovic got 90 contributions in about 50-something games, which is obscene. And Mela got 23. He hit the 2020, so who really cares? In however many games he played, like 50 games again, I think. So, yeah, a very, very solid return from Mela in the second season. Sort of world-class numbers, you'd say. mean, he is one of the world's best now, but Harry Wilson could have probably got a bit more than Mellor if he'd have been there longer. But overall, Mitrovic got 87 assists, Mellor got 64, and Harry Wilson got 55. So obviously, with Wilson being there another season, he might have hit it. Obviously, it's a bit difficult to say, although they're all very good, and obviously, all season one OGs. And we'll go over to the signings of the series. So we have a quick look at the signings of the series, and look at that. Like, honestly, the signing of the series, in my opinion, was genuinely Joska Gvardiol. I absolutely loved having him. He never made a mistake. He was always consistent. And for £15 million from Leipzig, that's absolutely ridiculous money. Absolutely ridiculous money for a young prospect who were like 76 rated at the time. So then we have Bellingham in second. He brought the team to the next level, the like absolute ultra competitive level. He cost £35 million. Very, very good signing yet again. Including Blanco as well, who again is on the list. He's a free, and he was very good for the 40 games we had him for or so before we got him to go to Southampton as part of the Bellingham swap deal. Hans Hatterbo, which might surprise some people, was my third on the list. He had 2 seasons with us. And for a free, he hit about 40 games both seasons. And he scored in his debut, and that might have been his only goal for the club. But it was so consistent and literally outmarked like Vinicius in both games against Real Madrid. And obviously played fantastically well against like Grealish, Foden, and whoever else were on the left-hand side. He never had a bad game. He's like Dennis Hill, and he was like a 7 or 8 out of 10 every week. So yeah, he was fantastic. Then Ramsdale, probably in fourth space. He cost £28 million. He was 81 rated at the time and only 24. We've had him for 2 seasons now, and he's solidified the goalkeeper position, which is something we can't say for like the ones before, like Rodak and Gazzaniga, and the poor keepers we had before. Patricio was awful as well. So if we had a list of worst signings, they're beyond that, I guess. Gazzaniga and Patricio, but obviously Rodak wasn't bad. So yeah, Sirigu's made the list as well. In terms of goalkeepers, he was a free, and he finished at the end of the season absolutely fantastically for us when we finished in the, I think we might have finished 12th that season, but he kept us up there and he was really, really good. De Groot, £40 million, probably the 4th best signing they've saved. Demir, probably 5th best. They're not in any order really. Demir was on a free, obviously. Sadiq for £16 million. We made about £80 million on him in resale value. Tomori for £59 million was a good signing. Breno Ramos for free, 84 rated he ended up being. And he was really close to making the best like team of the save. So Carrillo as well. Sorry, Carrillo. I should roll my R's when I'm saying his name. He was exceptional, absolutely exceptional. When we had him for free, he's got about 14 goals, got about 40 contributions in his first season. And obviously Tanganga for $9 million and Sessegnon for $18 million. If you remember Sessegnon, he was all right. I got rid of him for about $30 million, but it had to be done, to be fair. And obviously, Japhet Tanganga for $9 million was a very, very good signing in the end. He was a season 1 OG in the end. He ended up playing over 100 games for the club comfortably. But obviously, I'd probably say De Groot made it 5th and then Demir 6th in order of who was the best signing, because the top 4 is indisputable. You can't change my mind. De Groot only had 1 season, but Hatterbo was amazing for 2. And he nailed down that right-back spot. So that's all I've got for the signings of the series. And we'll move on to the best players of the save. As you can see again, the best player in the save, without a shadow of doubt in my mind, was Alexander Mitrovic. He was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable, fantastic player for the club. And then in second place, Henry Mellor was second, obviously. He was all right. I'm joking, he was fantastic as well. He was absolutely fantastic. Joska Gvardiol third. As I've already said, I loved him. Absolutely fantastic. When I do my next save, I'll probably look at buying him. Sort of realistically, like we did in our save. Obviously, he didn't get much game time in the first season at Leipzig. Sam Van Gies was very unfortunate to miss out on third. As I say, I really like him, and he were really solid all save. But he just wasn't quite as good as Gvardiol. So unfortunately, I couldn't have him on the top 3 podium. Harry Wilson, again, he was 5th. He was still very good. He was better than Saka was. And he was pretty much what Demir ended up becoming in his 2nd and 3rd season. So yeah, I mean, Demir's on the list as well, as you can see. Free agent, really good signing. One of the best players in the save. It's not really in any particular order, but it sort of is. Like the other 3, I'd say, maybe the 4. Because the group's in 7th. Obviously, Bellingham's in 6th. All really, really good. Anthony Robinson, in my opinion, deserves the top 10. I know I have Hans Hatterbo quite low down. But again, like, he was a really good signing. He wasn't necessarily better than Sadiq, Demir, or anything like that. He was just, I'd still say he was a better signing than Demir because he played more, but not necessarily the best player in the save. So he was very good again. Joe Bryan, obviously, Fulham legend. He made it comfortably. Japhet Tanganga, Fikayo Tomori and Ramos, all centre-backs, all very deserving of the spot. As well as Tosin Adarabioyo, to be fair. I don't know if you forget about him, because I definitely did. And I was looking at doing this list, and he made the list. Salvatore Sirigu as well, a special place in my heart, which sounds weird to say, but he deserves it. He deserves it. He was really good. He was good for about a season, and that's all we needed him for an aging goalkeeper. So Creo also makes a list. I spelled his name wrong this time. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm an absolute idiot. So I spelled his name wrong. And then, of course, the final player I've got on the list, who's just above Sirigu and Adarabioyo, Moussa Dembele, and that is a correct spelling. I have checked. Just a Fulham icon at this stage. He had 2 or 3, I think it was 2 seasons. The first one, the Championship, he dropped. Then the second one, the Premier League, he still got 30 games. He was still really good. And I think on his final game, he scored an absolute 30-yard worldie. So yeah, he was a force of nature in his prime. And still for us, he was very, very good. And a good signing to make the save a little bit more, feeling like home. I guess it made the save feel more like a Fulham save, having a Fulham legend now in the team anyway. He's a legend in the save. So yeah, that's our list. Obviously, as I say, Mitrovic 1, Mela 2, Gvardiol 3, and probably Zambo-Anguissa, Wilson and Bellingham as the top 6. So yeah, not bad there. We'll move on to the team of the tournament, team of the save. And again, you might be surprised how I've done it, but this is what I thought. I contradict myself like mad, honestly, with how I rank things. Like Ramsdale I'd have as the goalkeeper, of course, very, very solid, good goalkeeper. I've Hatabo as a right back, obviously fantastic. But instead of having Ramos as the centre back or Robertson as the left back, I went for Tanganga because he was really, really good in our first 2 seasons, but sort of dropped off. I remember using him in the FA Cup semis or final, I think, and he was really, really good with either Chelsea or City, and he was really, really good. Obviously, Tomori, again, fantastic signing, really changed the team, finished in the top 2 in the Premier League, obviously. And Joska Gvardiol as the left back, because he could play anywhere, and he did play left back for quite a lot of the save. So the midfield too, Bellingham and Zambo-Anguissa, really, really good. I mean, I could have had Calvin Phillips in there. I just thought Calvin Phillips could have made the list, but obviously he cost about 50 million. He only played about half a season, didn't he? So if he played a full season, he might have got a bit on the lists, but he didn't quite make that. But I was a big fan of him in the save. Wilson on the right, Miller on the left. That is the official best wing duo in the Premier League on this save. Premier League history, I don't care who you are. This is the best right and left mid in the history of the game, in obviously this fictional version. And then obviously Sadiq and Mitrovic leading the line, as always. You could have said De Groot, but Sadiq for 2 seasons was very, very good. He got good contributions, good goals, and he really helped Mitrovic in terms of being the pacey striker before Mitrovic hit his pace spurt. So yeah, that's the end of the series. I really appreciate you watching the series as far as you've got, wherever you've got. So I will catch you in the next series, hopefully coming next week. We'll finish off the Valencia career mode in the rest of this week. And I really appreciate you watching it all. So I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much.